Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. Don't forget to support the channel with a like and subscribe for more updates, and leave your comments and questions below. I would be glad to answer it. So starting with this intraday video analysis where we take on the 1 hour chart and the 50-minute chart to see much closer what is the next wave for Bitcoin. So in that case scenario, of course, we are looking here into several scenarios where we can see, of course, the major one where we are looking to double 1 2, right? And orange where we can see a 1 2 3 finishing the wave 3 so far with a very high amount of volume, and then moving to a wave 4, and then of course a 5 to finish, of course, the wave 3 in the red label. After this, of course, you want to see a finished final of 4 and a 5 wave, of course, finishing this whole double impulse towards the downside. Now, after this, it is a very possible another scenario, bearish scenario, that opens in that case where we want to see, of course, a higher bearish scenario, or a bigger bearish scenario, where the whole thing here can transform to a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 towards the downside, reaching as well, possibly a lower low even than your wave 4, where we had the last time bottom at the 0.5 fib level. In that case scenario, of course, we are bearish. If we see a continuation after a correction, it could even after finishing this impulse, this full impulse as a 1. So if we see a correction after here, and then of course if we look for more impulses towards the downside, then this might be a bigger bearish scenario. So the other scenarios is that it could be a corrective scenario where we want to see a correction after finishing this impulse as well, where you are going to see as well another impulse, but in a corrective wave. By all means, this could be transformed into a zigzag. So once we finish this impulse towards the downside, we might see another 3 corrective waves, and then another impulse towards the downside, hitting at least the 0.618 and the 0.78 fib level, which are a common targets for a 1 2, right? If we have a wave 2 here and we got 3 waves towards the downside, therefore we are looking to a 1 2 formation, and then moving up again after having double 1 2, and possibly for a contracting diagonal towards the upside, which is also a bullish scenario. This is your, of course, second impulse, a second scenario where you want to hit, of course, a wave 2, and we need, of course, to respect a little bit the time of a wave 2 taken from the start here till the 1, and giving us, of course, the 0.618 as a minimum required time to finish a wave 2. Another scenario, which it could be very bullish, is that we are looking already to an finished A, B, and a C, where your wave C has hit exactly the 1 to 1 fib level, which is a very common fib level for a wave C in a zigzag. And if you look closer, we can count already a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 finished first impulse, then a expanding flat for a correction, and also a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 inside this impulse, where we can see as well I finished a wave C for exactly at 1 to 1 fib level, which it could be a very, very potential correction. Now, what you would like to see, of course, here on the 1 hour chart, after looking here at this impulse 1 2 3 4 5, which is still very small, but however it can play as a role of a wave 1, then possibly that we want to, of course, hit even a little bit lower between the 0.618 and 0.78. However, even with this retracement, it is more than enough to launch a wave 3 towards the upside. In case that we are still, of course, bearish with this impulse and looking for a 4-5, then it is very possible that we are looking for another zigzag here where it plays a role of a correction for a wave 4 here of this 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then looking for a 5 towards the downside, and finally finishing again the 4-5 as recommended in the last scenario that we saw to finish, of course, this double impulse. So these are the possibilities, of course, now for a Bitcoin on the 1-hour chart. The highest possibility now is between, of course, having a zigzag here because we already saw an impulse. So we need anyway one more wave, a C or a wave 3. One of these options are required now, of course, to finish this formation of this pattern. After that, of course, we're gonna look for a formation of 5 waves again towards the downside and continuation in case we are corrective in a wave C. In case we go higher than 1-to-1, of course, then of course we are looking for a wave 1 to continue our main bullish scenario. So let's take some fib levels. Here are your wave C, which is 1-to-1 taken from the start, and the wave 2 at 62,670. Of course, in case we don't see lower prices, this fib level might change, of course, with the price when it goes down. Now, if you are correct, if you are looking for a wave 3, you want to see your 1.618 is being hit by a wave 3 here at 63,700. In that case scenario, of course, your wave 3 will have to hit your zone 1 here as 1, 2, 3. 4, your wave 4 has, of course, interfere your zone 1, which it invalidates, of course, is this impulse, and by all means, yeah, this is a correction. So let's wait and see between those two scenarios. Is it a wave C or is it a wave 3? We're gonna see, of course, in the next hours and maybe until tomorrow that a wave 3 it unfolds. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.